Welcome back to the World History, where today we journey back to a time before screens, satellites, and smartphones, a time when human life pulsed in rhythm with the earth, and survival was earned, not automated. Imagine a quiet village at dawn. No alarms, no traffic, only the soft rustle of trees and the crackle of flames. As the sun peaks over the horizon, families gather around open fires to warm themselves and cook. These early communities thrived without any modern technology, relying solely on nature and instinct. In the heart of the settlement, a blacksmith hammers red-hot metal. There's no electricity here, no machines, just the dance of sparks, the rhythm of iron striking anvil, and decades of inherited skill. These men were the engineers of their time, shaping tools and weapons with fire and force alone. Down by the river, women kneel in the water, scrubbing garments on flat stones. The scent of wet earth mixes with the gentle splash of waves. Before detergents and washing machines, this was laundry day, a backbreaking task turned into a social ritual. As night falls, candlelight flickers inside simple wooden homes. A man leans over a handwritten scroll, his face glowing in the warm orange light. With no digital screens, knowledge passed through hand and parchment, and reading was an act of dedication, not distraction. Outside, children laugh as they chase one another through dusty village lanes. Their toys, wooden wheels, carved animals, and imagination. No batteries, no apps, just joy crafted by hand and played under the open sky. In the vast openness of the desert, a nomadic family prepares dinner beneath the stars. Camels rest nearby, and the wind carries the scent of roasted meat. For these travelers, survival meant reading the land, the stars, and the seasons. No GPS, only memory and instinct. Inside a clay hut, a woman grinds grains with a stone. Each movement is deliberate, each sound familiar. Before blenders and factories, food was prepared entirely by hand, with patience and strength passed down through generations. Far from the cities, a farmer walks behind a pair of oxen, steering a wooden plow. His hands are calloused, his feet bare, and the sun beats down relentlessly. This is agriculture in its rawest form. No engines, no chemicals, just man, animal, and earth. As dusk settles, families gather around a glowing hearth. There are no screens here, only stories. Grandparents pass on tales of war, love, gods, and monsters, binding generations together with words, firelight, and shared memory. The edge of the village, a bustling open market, comes alive. Vendors shout, goats bleat, and the air is thick with spice and chatter. Without barcodes or plastic wrap, trade was built on trust, barter, and human connection. Sailing the high seas without radar or satellites might seem impossible today, but in the age before technology, ancient mariners relied on the stars. Aboard wooden ships, they studied the skies and read the ocean's moods. A sailor stands on deck, map in hand, eyes scanning the constellations, his only guide through the vast unknown. On a rugged mountaintop, a plume of smoke curls into the air. It's not a fire alarm, it's a message. Long before smartphones or radios, people used smoke signals to send urgent alerts across distances. It was primitive yet powerful, a silent language riding the wind. Inside a humble one-room schoolhouse, a teacher holds up a piece of chalk, pointing to a dusty slate. Children sit upright, their eyes filled with curiosity. This is education, without screens, where wisdom is passed down by voice, repetition, and a blackboard worn from years of use. In a sunlit room, a woman weaves bright threads through a wooden loom. Every movement is precise, her hands guided by generations of skill. The fabric that emerges tells a story. No machines, no patterns downloaded, just pure craftsmanship from memory and muscle. Hidden deep in the forest, a healer crushes wild herbs into a thick paste. There are no syringes or pills here, only nature's pharmacy. She mutters softly, her fingers stained green. Each plant has a purpose, each remedy a tradition born of observation and time. A lone man crouches in the woods, striking two stones together. Sparks fly, and soon a flame catches. Fire isn't a flick of a switch, it's a battle of will and survival. Without matches or lighters, this was a test of skill that could mean life or death. Night falls, and a tribal circle forms around a roaring bonfire. Feet pound the dirt in rhythmic dance, faces painted with vibrant colors. This is celebration. Before concerts or clubs, pure, primal, and powerful. The flames rise as drums echo into the night. In a clay-walled home, a family shares a meal from wooden bowls. There's no fridge humming in the corner, no microwave beep, just food cooked over an open flame. Conversations are rich, laughter is shared, and the warmth of connection fills the room. Across golden sand dunes, a caravan wends its way under the blazing sun. Tents sway, camels grunt, and every step forward is earned. These were the highways of the past, where traders and travelers endured brutal heat and long distances with only the stars and survival instinct to guide them. In the heart of a medieval town, a man stands tall with a bell in one hand and a scroll. In the other, he shouts the latest news to a gathered crowd. There are no headlines, no apps, just a booming voice and the power of presence. Information traveled slowly, but it traveled with purpose. In a quiet room with cracked wooden walls, an old woman sits near a window, carefully sewing a torn garment by hand. No sewing machines, no factory-made fabrics, only needle, thread, and time. Her hands tell the story of generations who crafted every necessity themselves, where patience and skill were the true luxury. High in the green hills, a shepherd stands alone, his eyes scanning the horizon. With a wooden staff in hand, he watches over his flock under open skies. There's no GPS to track lost animals, no drones, only instinct, sound, and solitude. His life is built on rhythm and trust in the land. In the heart of a small village, children gather around a deep stone well. One by one, they take turns pulling water with a rope and pulley. It's a daily ritual, not a convenience. Every drop comes with effort. Without taps or plumbing, water was a reward, not a right. Men and women work together, hands caked with mud as they mold bricks from clay and straw. There are no cranes or cement mixers, just teamwork and raw strength. Each wall built by hand is more than shelter. It's a symbol of human resilience and cooperation before machines took over. In the stillness of evening, a man sits by candlelight, holding a weathered letter. His fingers tremble as he reads, his face caught between joy and sorrow. Before instant messages or emails, every word carried weight. Letters were lifelines, written with heart and received with anticipation. Barefoot children walk miles along winding forest paths just to reach school. With cloth satchels slung over their shoulders and determination in their steps, they defy hunger, heat, and distance. Education wasn't handed to them, it was chased, earned, and often endured. In the early morning mist, fishermen cast their nets from wooden canoes. Their hands move with practiced grace, their eyes sharp from years of experience. Without sonar or motors, fishing was a dance of intuition, with the sea quiet battle between man and nature. At a rural trading post, two strangers barter face to face. One offers goats, the other sacks of grain. There are no price tags or credit cards, only trust and negotiation. Every deal is personal, and every handshake seals more than a transaction, it seals a bond. In a smoky kitchen, an entire family prepares food together. One grinds spices, another kneads dough, while a child blows air into the fire. There are no apps for recipes, no appliances, just inherited knowledge passed down through taste, repetition, and memory. As night blankets the earth, a group of villagers lies in an open field, gazing at the stars. With no screens to distract or distort, they see the universe in its raw, untouched glory. The Milky Way shines overhead, and for a moment, everything feels infinite and beautifully still.